All right, let's continue. Now, let's talk about SDGs or the Sustainable Development Goals. Some of you may have seen these colorful icons and thought, oh, that's just government posters or CSR campaigns. No? But for engineers, SDGs are actually project guidance tools. They help us decide what we build, how we build, and why we build it. There are 17 actually SDGs, but in engineering, the most relevant ones include SDG 7, which is like affordable and clean energy. For example, like solar, hydrogen, and grid modernization. SDG 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure, which is referring to factories, transportation, and automation, and do this responsibly. Also, SDG 11, which is sustainable cities and communities, like urban planning, transport systems, and flood mitigations. Or SDG 12, and like responsible consumption and production. And this is referring to efficient manufacturing, circular economy, and recycling systems. And also SDG 13, which is climate action, which refers to low carbon projects, climate resilience, and energy transition. And I forgot one more. It's basically, I think, SDG 6, which is clean water and sanitation, which refer to water treatment plants, flood control, and sewage systems. So instead of asking, can we build this? Okay, we learn to ask, should we build this? Okay, will it create harm or progress? So, for example, look at Malaysia's goals. We want net zero emissions target by 2050. We have National Energy Transition Roadmap. We also have electric or EV push, solar energy incentives, the flood mitigation mega plan in KL and Shah Alam, the Penang Green Agenda, and Sarawak Hydrogen Economy Strategy. These are directly aligned with SDGs. Companies like Petronas, TNB, Gamuda, Intel Malaysia publicly report which SDGs they support. So when you join industry, your project will also report these metrics. So SDGs aren't just theory. They help engineers design solutions that are technically sound, economically viable, and socially fair and environmentally responsible. Okay, and most importantly, sustainable. For the next generation of Malaysians. So, why engineers actually use SDGs? Okay, the simple explanation is that firstly is because the ethical benchmark. Okay, so it ensures our designs benefit society. It's not just profit. Also, secondly, because it's a global standard, it aligns Malaysia with engineering practice worldwide. And also, we want it to be a decision guide. So it helps choose the best long term solutions. And also, risk reduction. Okay? It prevents environmental, social, and legal issues. And also, we use SDGs for professional responsibility. Okay, because BM and IM actually ethical codes refers to this. We also want to use SDGs because of competitive advantage. Okay, so if we have this focus in the workplace or in the way we do business, companies score higher in actually tenders and funding. And more importantly, people engineers use SDGs for future proofing. That means we try to protect against climate, regulatory, and resource risks. Okay, so for example, we have a floating solar project at Durian Tunggal Dam in Malacca. So this actually supports at least four SDGs, which is clean energy, and then SDG 13, which is climate action, SDG 11, sustainable city resource planning, and also SDG 14, okay, which is ecosystem protection. So you see, SDGs help engineers consider multiple dimensions. So it's not just efficiency. Okay, all right. Now let's break down something many engineering students overlook: the macro ethical versus micro ethical. Okay,